Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Braxton Family Values, Season 6, Episode 22. It is 3:12 in the morning, and I would just seem like I'm over this show. I'm like, I need to get some energy because am I over this show? Help me. Help me. Okay, but we're going to get this out of it anyway. If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole Jaybird. Jaybird. Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Okay, and all that good shit. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share, and hit the little bell to notify you all that good stuff. Check the description box to follow me on IG, to shop my Teespring merchandise, to find out who sings the theme song, whose music is that, to find my PO box, my email, all that is in the description box. Okay, so this episode, it picks up with Tamar up here packing her bag to go to the Big Brother house, and she wanted to take 18,755 bags, but they only allow one. Okay, they allow one suitcase, and it looked like they probably provided the suitcase that they had to bring, or at least told them what the specifications was, the size of the bag. Okay, because again, as Tawanda was telling her, it's like you're in prison. You can't call nobody, you can't talk to nobody. You just there with people you don't know, and you can't get out until they let you out, basically. So, for her, she's like, the hardest thing I'm going to have to deal with is not being around my son, not seeing my son, not talking to my son. So that's the hardest thing she has to do. And, Tawanda is a fan of the show, and she let her know, you just have to be there, be calm, be strategic. Okay, you can't be out there having no beef or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And her gay male friend, because she's always got her little gay male friend around now. I told her, don't forget, ain't nobody in that house your friend. Okay, none of them are your friend. I said, well, that was sort of kind of true, but not really all the way. So they just trying to stuff the luggage. They send her a little prayer that she'll be safe and she keep her mind right, and her mouth won't get her in no trouble. But we know how Tamar get her mouth typically always gets her into some trouble. And the whole thing, I'm looking like she really just overpacked that luggage. And I mean, you bald, so why do you need multiple wigs? And and the thing is that Tamar don't know how to wash clothes. If she don't know how to wash clothes, she needs Jesus. I'm just saying, to why you put them in the washing machine. Washing clothes don't even really call for you to wash them. You just have to put them in the machine that washes them for you. So I got girl, bring some easy breezy clothes. Some easy. You ain't going nowhere. Bring you some. I would have brought a onesie. I would have brought a couple onesies. I would walk around there onesied out, because we ain't going nowhere. I would be as comfortable can be. Okay, I don't need nothing fancy. Okay, if I'm bald head, I don't need no wig. And if I do, I'm gonna take one wig and a whole bunch of hats. My stuff would have been packed down real easy. The most I would have had is panties. Okay, it would have been 30 pair of panties in that thing. That's about it. I would have 30 pair of panties, 30 pair of socks. I would have been braless the whole time, because I ain't going nowhere. Okay, I may have bought 2 bras. Okay, this is because you don't want the titty swinging and bringing all the time. But I mean, I wouldn't have my suitcase packed like that. And where's the poop spray? Poop spray. Is that just air freshener? Girl. Anyway, over at Tamar's place or whatever, we see it was Traci, Tawanda, and Mommy was over cooking some food, because Tamar gonna go into the house in a couple days, and so they're like, oh, we come over to cook some food for her and spend some time with her. But it was a trick. Tamar really had to cook some food because she was gonna have them meet David, her boyfriend, who they had not met yet. So at the end of the day, they was all shocked, oh, I can't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is very shocking or whatever. Traci also brings about, even though her and Tamar has had their issues, she still loves her sister and wants her to be happy. And I said, well, that's a nice thing to say, Traci. So, he walk in. Tawanda opens the, hey, David. Oh, my God, it's so great to meet you. And now, my girl, get off his back. Why you so close? I mean, she's inspecting him like he's a little alien. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do say he does have his angles. Some angles of his are not the best. And I tell all the time, I know my angle. So you won't catch me in a bad angle if I'm taking my own picture. Okay, that just ain't gonna happen. But, you know what I'm saying? Her, Tamar him was something looking on like, oh, and he look a little Predator-ish. The Predator, the movie Predator. Like, he looked like he could be a descendant, of them. Little bit, not the ugly, like the cute part. He's a cute part of the Predator family. Okay, I'm gonna say that. And Tamar seems to be happy, but I swear sometimes he looks different from different angles. The same way I look different from different angles. No tea, no shade. No tea, no shade. But as you can see, Tamar looks happy. Okay, a whole happy, and it is what it is. So Traci, like, the biggest difference between Vince and David is he's smaller. I said, bitch, really? You gonna be deep down with the shade? And she said, I just, Tamar usually likes to lean a little bit thicker, so I'm surprised that, what I'm saying, he's, just thin. I'm just surprised at that. He's, she like a thicker man. And that's the funny part. Tamar was always bragging, I love my titty rip skin and I love the fluff of it. And when Vince lost weight, she seemed to not be happy about it. But she's not happy with this gold skinny man or whatever. But, she might like different little things to whatever it is, what it is. So, Mama Braxton, for the most part, I just hope he allows Tamar to be Tamar. Like, I just want him to allow her to be herself. And so Umba sitting up there and she asked him questions. So Mommy and Mama and what's that girl name? Traci. Mommy and Traci in the kitchen looking. Now, honey, they look. Can I get a picture of them looking like they was looking? I thought they. Oh no, I do have it. So they up to just paying attention, honey. Just paying all of the attention to what's going on. I'll make it a little smaller. And Traci don't have no edits because of them dreads. She need to get that girl. Don't let your husband, your son get you no more edges. Take them things out your head. Take them out. Because, girl, don't do it. Anyway, so Tawanda, like, how long y'all been dating, and this little, we've been dating 6 months or whatever. And she said, how did y'all meet? And it was through a friend at some event or whatever it was. And, he said, when I seen her, it was like magic. I just knew she was the one. I said, what say, Mom? Was she silent? She could have been talking. Because when she talked, girl, anyway. But, again, he said he happy too because when he met her, it was magic. But again, everything mattered the first 6 months. Everything cool the first year. Okay, let's just say that. So we can't forget that they are in that honeymoon phase of having sex like rabbits and that person haven't irked your nerves just yet. So let's just say that. But again, Tamar looks happy, so that's what matters. So Umba then asks, do you want kids? Like, he says, well, maybe later on. So he's like, hopefully, maybe later on I'll have a bonus child and 2 more kids. Meaning, hopefully later, me and her be a couple and Logan will be my bonus kid and we would have had them birth 2 more kids. Tamar not birthing no more babies. Let's just say that. Tamar may get a surrogate, she may adopt. I don't see Tamar birthing no more babies. I just don't see it in the cards. So he said he has met Logan. I've met him and I love Logan. Are you sure? You don't even know my son. I'm eerie about people who get attached too quickly. Okay, but whatever. So he don't eat meat. Okay, as Tamar said before. However, because Mommy made chicken, he said, but I'll taste your chicken. Then you eat meat. You may not want to. It's a difference. I think it's a difference. It's I don't want meat or I won't cook meat for myself. But if someone else has it, I'll eat it. Like, I don't eat corn. I don't care who made it. Okay, if I meet my husband and his mom made corn, Mama, I ain't eating it. But I made it. I don't eat it. I'm not going to eat it because you made it. I don't eat corn. So I'm just saying. But, he ate the mama's chicken. Just saying that. So we do see Taylor. Y'all got the most ghettoest balls to feed, make the food out of. And like, Tamar, all your stuff is in storage. Like, we use what you had here because your stuff's in storage. He's like, oh, how much stuff is in storage? She's like, oh, this, about, 30,000 square feet worth of stuff. He said, what? Like, he looked shocked. Like, 30,000 square. Look, I don't think. I mean, 30,000 square feet is a lot. That's like she kept everything. She kept all the furniture in the house. 30,000 square feet worth of things is a lot. Okay, which is why he looked like that. And I feel like, girl, if you have 30,000 square feet worth of stuff in a storage unit, who you gonna live with? You gonna need at least 55,000 square feet just to girl, it's just team too much. Team too much. You know, for the most part, I'm a Braxton. You know, when he seems to not, he's real cool, like real calm. You know what I'm saying? Real laid back. And thank God he's not a crazy control freak. I said, oh, shots at Vince. And, you know, him and Tamar then started having their own personal conversation at the little table there. And so Mommy, Tawanda, and Traci get up like, girl, y'all up here mad sexing each other. And we don't want to be in the middle of y'all mad sex. And they got up and walked away. Oh, where everybody go? They disappeared. Now, I was mad at Tamar. Girl, let me stop that. Anyway, but, you know, it was a good first meeting of David, okay? Anyway, we see Toni is nominated for 3 Grammys. Okay, again for that album she had called, what was it called? Cigars and Smoke? No. Love and Lessons? No. It's something. I don't know what the name was, but it had 3 Grammy nominations. And so she's also rehearsing for a tour. She's going on tour again. So we see Traci comes by to see her at the studio before, you know, she goes home to her people or whatever. And look, Traci dreads. I mean, look, this is why I said that she gotta stop. I feel like her edges is gone. Look at that. I just don't think them braids are gonna help her edges. I don't. So I want her to not have them. They're cute. Okay, they're done really nicely, but I don't want her to not have no edges for them. Anyway, she'll be talking to Toni, because again, she want to go visit at the rehearsal space. And, you know, she's watching Toni's dance, she's dancing or whatever. And Toni says, yeah, you know, Traci is the dancer of the family. I said, really? Because whenever y'all was on stage doing stuff, y'all said Traci was the one always messing up and not remembering no dances. So is she the dancer of the family? Or can she freestyle and like twerk and stuff, but she can't do no choreography? Because I can't do choreography, but I can dance. Maybe that's what she meant by that, but I digress. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? It was cute, like they was laughing and joking, and Traci was being on extra, read all about it, shaking her head and telling the girls to move that, twerk that, pop that. Was that a song? Move that, twerk that, pop that. It might be where I got it from. It was cute, it was funny, it was sassy, okay? And it was cool seeing Traci in happy moments with her sister. But, you know, it was funny. It was funny. We'll say that. We then see Trina out with Vaughn. Okay, now we know Gabe has passed away. May he rest in peace. And, you know, Trina is trying to, you know, move forward in her life or whatever. And so her and Vaughn out somewhere walking and talking and chit-chatting, sitting on benches and having conversations. And so for the most part, she then asked him, like, what would you think about, like, moving to Georgia and like moving in together? This is a casual conversation of like what's to come, what's coming up for us. Like, you know, we have to have some kind of progression. So like, what we finna do? And so, you know, he said like, I feel like, you know, I would have to have our own place just to be respectful of things, you know, because we're still just dating. And so she was like, well, that's dumb. Like, wow, you have a mortgage and I have a mortgage. You know, you paying this there and not paying that. That's extra money for no reason. And then, you know, he like, you know, I feel like if you would have moved to St. Louis and if you moved to my house, it would then be our house. It would be our house, and you know, that's what it would be. He said, but I feel like if I move here and I move into your house, like I don't feel the same moving into your house. He said, so for me, it would just feel different. And why I think that's sexist in one way or the other, or it's like, you know, kind of dumb. I get what he means. Like some men are just so manly men that they don't want to move into a house that a woman has paid for or whatever. Like it's weird for them. I get it. And you know, if I'm older, so that could be what it is too. But Trina then said, "I would be fine if we was gonna have to be like, half on mortgage, half on the light bill, half on the gas bill, half on the baby, not half on the baby, just half. And I think, they was laughing. Okay, laugh, whatever. But they still figuring things out. And then she brings up how like I'm trying to figure out like what our next step our next step is. I want our relationship to have progression, so I'm trying to figure out what he wants to do. And then she said because I would have to talk to my boys too about if he would move in. And then he then said her son Eric had already kind of asked him a little bit here, a little bit there about like where him and Trina was like going or what they was really doing. She's like, really? What did you say? He said, I told him how, because he said Eric told him how he sees how happy he make his mom. Like, I see that you make her happy, and so I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. And then he said, I told him, like, before I would move forward or anything, I would make sure to talk to you and your brother first, just to, make sure that y'all are on board with whatever we may do next. And I feel like this is us seeing that he's already made the steps to propose to Trina, and we just don't know it because he's already had conversations with her sons. He's already had conversations with her mama, and I'm pretty sure her daddy. I think he was just saying stuff so that she didn't know. Like, I think he felt like, of course I'll move to Georgia, but if I move to Georgia, maybe we'll get our own house together. Like, we'll get a whole new house or whatever. Because I do think at this point in time he wanted to marry her, but he was just trying not to spoil it for her or whatever. Anyway, so because he like, we got other things to worry about, or to work on as we're progressing in this relationship. And she said, yeah, like worried about having sin-free sex. I said, sin-free sex? Okay, sin-free sex. They want to have sin-free sex. And he said, yeah, because it's been a long time, a long time. I'm like, so either they never. I'm like, y'all been together for a year and y'all ain't did it. I hope she's at least seen his penis. Like, I'm a firm believer in, even if you don't have sexual intercourse with a person, you have to at least see the penis and or the vagina just to be sure that it's there. And we know Trina has given oral transactions before, so who knows what's going on there. But again, Trina is happy with Vaughn and Vaughn's happy with Trina. So we see Traci goes to her friend Nikki's comedy show. Nikki was on that odd season of the last season with the Braxtons and went to that little boot camp thing or whatever. So Nikki do her little comedy set or whatever and backstage, and Traci talking. Traci, you funny. You be having jokes stuff. You be saying funny stuff. You should get on stage and do comedy. I always wanted to do it, girl. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what. Really, you think so? Yeah, you be funny. You'll be good at it. You know what I'm saying? You know what, girl? I'm gonna get on stage. Okay, I said, Lord Jesus. Look, it is a big difference between someone who can be funny when they're talking and in casual conversation versus being a comedian. I'm funny in casual conversation. I really, really, really am. And usually once I'm in a conversation and we're just talking, I get funnier by the moment. However, I am not a comedian. I would never try to go up and tell a joke. Okay, I just can't. It won't happen. I'm a great storyteller, yes. But I'm not a comedian. Okay, and the people who are comedians, it takes work. And I salute them. No, Traci is not a comedian. She just isn't. But, whatever. So we see Traci then goes to open mic night. She's there, her husband's there. Was her son? I can't think if her son was there. And, of course, Nikki Lady was there. So she go up on stage, and the first joke they show that she makes is she start with men who get their dick cut off. I said, that's your first joke? Like, and she didn't even, hey, Nipsey Blue, she didn't even lean into the joke. Like, she didn't I'm like, let's talk about dicks that get cut off. I say, dicks that get cut off? Who dick getting cut off? Somebody dick getting cut off, girl? Whose? She then said, y'all know them circumcisions. I say, circumcisions when they babies? That don't count. What is wrong with you? She then went to the whole thing of how uncircumcised penises smell bad and you take a Q-tip. I'm like, abort. Traci, abort. Just put the microphone down and slowly back away from the stage. And she's bombing or whatever, and she realized she's bombing, and she's like, I know I got a good joke on my phone. So she picks her phone up, but she's looking for a good joke, and they laughed at that or whatever. So they was laughing at her, not mostly, whatever. And so she gets off to what she does her set. Bombs. And Nikki said, you bombed. It was horrible. It was a train wreck. But you did it. Okay, you did it. I know, girl, right? I'm going to have to work out hard and get better. I mean, okay. Okay, we're going to let that be. I don't think you should do that, Traci. I don't. I just move on. Anyway, so we then see the family is, watching Tamar on Big Brother. Like, we see Vaughn and Trina at their house or at a house together watching it. We see Mommy and Tawanda watching it at some house. Was that it? Trina and Vaughn. We also seen we seen Trina and Vaughn. We seen Traci and her husband, and then we seen Tawanda and Mama Braxton all at their places watching it or whatever. And for the most part, Traci like, I don't watch the show. I don't know the premise of it. You know what I'm saying? Trina also looked a bit confused. Tawanda's the only person that knows how the show goes, and so they're watching it. And it's a scene between her and Candy, and they're like, "Oh, this is gonna be bad. Like, this is gonna be bad." And I feel like Tawanda was saying the best thing. She's like, "I worried, how things was gonna go once I seen Candy was there, because that tour thing, like, it was, things it wasn't right. Like, things happened and it was crazy or whatever." And she's like, "And now I'm looking at Tamar, and I hope Tamar can handle like being in the house with her." And then, as they had the whole conversation, Tawanda, this is not the right place for them to have this conversation. Like, Tamar ain't built for it. And then they show Tamar, in the confessional crying, and Tawanda yelling, "Man up, Tamar! Man up! This is Big Brother. You gotta be smart. Man up, Tamar!" I say, come through, Tawanda, with the "I'm not gonna," girl. I said that was funny to me. Okay, funny to me. Now we all know that Tamar won Big Brother. We all know her and Candy made up. Her and Candy was on tour. Well, she was on Candy's tour for the dungeon tour that Candy was just recently doing. She did like 3 or 4 show dates with her. But, it was a whole crazy, foolish mess, that whole show. Cause, girl, and I think it's funny they only showed Tawanda. I mean, they showed Candy and Tamar's thing, not all that other stuff. With her and the Lolo JoJo person. Anyway, that's all they show for that. And then lastly, Toni had her show. She was on tour, so she had a show, and Tawanda and Trina showed up to show support. And then Toni said, what, y'all, since y'all here, y'all should just, sing with me, do He Was a Man of Me. They're like, what? We don't have no outfits, like we didn't practice none. I got outfits that y'all can try on, or y'all can probably fit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? She probably used clothes that was made for her. First of all, you are half the height of both your sisters, and you are the thinnest of the 3, okay? Not saying that Tawanda or Tawanda or Trina, is big or whatever, but again, they bigger than Toni. Let's just say that. Anyway, I'm like, Lord Jesus, now they're gonna be the pop and doo-wop wet bamboo stage singers. So they're like, they've been singing back up for so long, they know the song and they know the steps. So, won't be that hard as long as they have something to wear. So Toni pulls out 2 extra outfits, and they can't fit that shit, at all. And they bodies could not fit them dresses. And Tawanda and Trina both say, like, have you seen our body? Like, that won't fit my butt cheek. My nipple won't fit in there, and it won't. It just was smaller. So they both squeeze into these other dresses that she had for them, and I could not get a good picture of them in it. I have one picture, Tawanda, I'm gonna show you in a second. So we see, Vaughn is there, Trina's 2 sons are there, and they like, "Mom, that dress, it was just too tight. Like, they couldn't breathe, it looked like, and they bent over, all their business would be out in these streets." I'm like, girl, Toni, you didn't plan for this. Girl, you should have planned to get 2 outfits that fit. Okay, them outfits was for them skinny new girls you got on there that's probably 20 years old. Now, for your sisters who in their 40s a little bit thick, okay, with birthing hips, okay, don't do it. Anyway, they was on stage, honey. They showed one picture of Tawanda dancing, honey. Girl, her whole look at Tawanda. So this is the dress that she had them in. And as you see, the dress thing came all the way up, showing Tawana's Spanx that she got on or whatever, all up and through. The dress was right below the Spanx of the legs, okay? But, I'm girl, them dresses, they didn't. And Tawana not, it was funny. It was cute. The sisters went out and they were enjoyed themselves. Trina's dress came up just as much. I just think I could not get a clear shot. This is the most clear shot I can get showing how small them damn dresses was. And they rose up like that. And thank God they had some Spanx waiting on them, because Lord Jesus, it would have been ass and vaginas all out. But it was cute. They had fun. And so we then see Tawanda and Trina walk, dance off stage or whatever. And then Toni was singing, I love me some him. And then they say, we look up and Birdman and surprise her, and he on the side of the stage. I was like, first of all, he didn't surprise them. She knew he was coming. Okay, this is a teen too much. Okay, he then came out on a concert, and as she's singing, I love me some him, whatever. And he came out, walk out. He was a paid boyfriend. Okay, Birdman is a paid or non-paid boyfriend. They together for the clout. Okay, do anything for clout. Look, I don't believe Birdman and Toni are a couple. Okay, it's something about them that it seems fraudulent. Look, I need to see I need God to sign I go together certificate. Okay, God has to sign a certificate that says Birdman and Toni Braxton go together, and that's when I will believe it. And that's kind of how it went off with him and her walking off stage and her hugging him. I'm like, girl, I told y'all I'm not talking about Birdman and Toni in any real capacity, because I don't believe this shit is real. I don't believe he surprised her. I believe she knew he was coming. Why did she not? Because she told him to. I need you to come to my show. I'm going to sing I Love You Some at the end of my show, and you can just stand there and then walk out, and I'm going to walk up and hug you. Girl, the fuck bye. Anyway, that was the whole episode, and I'm done. I'm mad because they kept showing a preview of of Traci and Tamar arguing. That wasn't this episode, so I'm like, oh, y'all gonna keep playing with us. But anyway, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay's Corner. Peace.